I'm gonna be very blunt and say finding green suede boots in men's shoes is incredibly hard. So, I had to resort to women's boots, and finding green suede boots in women's boots is still incredibly hard.
Time out. There's a costume shop just south of Union Square. They have them. You're welcome.
You are my hero.
Anyone? Anything else?
Leather's
No, they Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyone have questions?
Wait, are they affordable?
No.
That's the problem.
Of course not. Guys, we got a question here.
For double cosplay, what are some of your future costume designs that you have in mind?
Matter of fact, let's throw that at the whole table. That's a good question.
What are some of my future cosplay designs that I have in mind? Well, seeing as how I'm working on it, I was told to be one of the lead writers, or I was asked to be one of the lead writers on for Crippin' and Comic Con's Access Avengers. I am going to be putting together a team of disabled cosplayers, and we are going to be doing the Access Avengers for Crippin' and Comic Con next year.
Did some Skipper. That's a dog.
Actually, ironically, my dog actually looks like Skipper, and we're working on getting him registered as a service animal.
Yeah.
So he's actually going to be a part of the costume. He's actually going to be a cosplayer, and it's going to be 100% accurate, which is even greater.
Now I feel like a jerk.
Keeping with this costume, I'm definitely working on this costume. The giant key is actually going to be integrated with this costume because everybody else has guns. How many people walk around with a giant key?
The doctor.
Well, here.
No, that's
Cloud.
That's a sword.
Cloud. Keyblade. Cloud with his
It's a
keyblade.
key sword. The biggest, I'd have to say though, the biggest project that I'm working on would be Boston Comic Con this year, in August. So going back to like that whole lock
Yeah, I
and key
think I'll
thing,
be fine.
which is based off of this costume I'm wearing. Well,
Killing me.
I'm one of
It felt like
three,
a fit
maybe four
donut.
cosplayers in the entire world that
sounds
does lock and key cosplay, and so I've met Stephen King's son 3 times now, and the artist for the comic book twice.
Friends hate me
And
because
but I interact with him a lot on social
I have
media.
allergies too.
Well,
I'm able to shrug it off. So.
The second time I met Stephen King's son, I drove out to Boston
I'm
for the
like
Nerds podcast.
standing in front of
And
the
I drove out in costume as a joke, And while I was there, he's like, by the way, Joe, I want to introduce you to this person. Her name is Lindsay. And Lindsay was another cosplayer from Rock.
Fair.
So then, we posted a picture together on social media, and out of it, the artist is an architect in Chile. And he was like, oh, you guys did Lock and Key cosplay, you guys should totally do a cosplay group and do an organized cosplay. So I'm working on organizing a cosplay. So let's flash forward a little bit. I'm doing research trying to find other cosplayers. I find this one cosplayer that's a mystery cosplayer. Nobody's heard from her for 3 years. And so we're doing tweets, trying to, we're doing Facebook posts, all these different things, trying to find her. She finds me through my Spreading Hope campaigns. And she messages me and she's like, I really love your Hope campaign. And she's like, by the way, I'm the mystery cosplayer. I gave up cosplay 3 years ago because of harassment, bullying, and stuff like that. You've inspired me to go back and do my cosplay again. And she lives all the way in Texas. So it's going to be really cool because it's going to be Stephen King's son. Joe Hill lives in New Hampshire, but he grew up in Boston. Lindsay lives in Boston. I live in New York. The artist lives in Chile, and Nancy the mystery cosplayer, lives all the way out in Texas, and we're all meeting up in Boston for Boston Comic Con, and we're gonna have this really cool meetup and, have a fun time and do something different that nobody's ever done before, for something obscure, because, I'm gonna pass the mic on though.
What was the question? What am I working on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, future cosplay costumes.
Okay, so for Anime Next, my friends are doing a group costume. We're being the homunculi from Full Metal Alchemist. And, yes. Awesome. And I'm gonna be Envy, so that's almost done. And I'm also working on Mega Blaziken, because Pokemon's like my favorite thing. And I like making Pokemon cosplays. It's not just like a replica, I have to like, I guess be creative and kind of like make it into a humanoid version. So that should be
Oh,
done.
you gotta catch them all.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, hopefully also this summer I'll do Lara Croft since I love her. Yeah, and I really want to make the props and stuff in the new game. So yeah.
We have two major ones coming up, so I'll tell when you tell earlier. One that I'm really excited about is we are going to do a 2-scale Deathclaw from Fallout 4.
What?
Yeah,
What?
that'll be at New York Comic Con. So yeah,
Go
we're,
and take
we're,
pictures.
we're gonna do a Deathclaw 2-scale. Very excited.
Wait, what type of death claw?
Probably just it will. We use the design from the 4th game, the generic one.
We're not doing the big.
We're not doing the Queen one from the Witch Museum. If that's what you're asking. No, but we're gonna do the standard like what's it, like 7 foot. Yeah.
Oh, so the one that you fight first.
Yeah. That, yeah. And then.
One I'm kind of excited about because I get to dress him up in ridiculous costumes is Craven the Hunter from Spider-Man. If anybody knows. He's gonna have a giant lion vest.
And yes, I'm growing a mustache.
No.
Drag.
That was a first time because it's just a vest.
Yeah. No shirt.
If you ever decide to do it around here, let me know. I'm working on this.
Any questions? Anyone else?
What was your first cosplay?
Oh, that's a good question.
I grew up making my own Halloween costumes since I was like a little itty-bitty kid. So technically, my first one was when I was like 6, and I wore red sweatpants and black duct tape, and I was Spider-Man. But the first thing that I did for like a convention was I did a Green Lantern Deadpool. So I got a Green Lantern suit, and I modded the crap out of it and added a bunch of Deadpool-y things and made the mask, and you know.
So it was like a Deadpool, but with a body green suit? Like
Yeah,
basically
it was if Wade Wilson got a Green Lantern ring, God forbid.
But that'd be impossible. I mean, like, actually, I'd see
can't
that.
happen.
I'd see it happening.
If
though.
Ryan Reynolds can do it, so can I.
Pretty sure you can do anything.
So
Actually,
I also used to like make my own Halloween costume. So me and my friends, since we love Pokemon, we did Team Rocket, and I was Jessie, and we did like the original like groups. I was Misty, but for the first one for a convention, I did Eevee, and that was the first one like I really made like the whole thing. And
First costume would be the crow,
They made it.
but that's not when I identify with first doing cosplay. The first time when I identify with doing cosplay first was I mean obviously I grew up with obviously Halloween, making your own costumes, but yet again I don't identify with that. I identify where I began cosplay was making props. And so that's where, my experience is making props, I identify with that, especially with anime roots. I made this wooden katana, and I painted it at white, and painted pink and red rose petals all over it, well, not rose petals, but I called it the Sakura katana. And it was inspired.
Is that from Yu Yu Hakusho?
No, actually, it was just it was actually inspired based off of cherry blossoms, because I would see the cherry. I would go every year to the cherry blossom festivals, and so seeing the cherry blossoms inspired me. I was like, I want to do something fun, and so I made that out of that, and that's where I identify with my first actual real cosplay. But it's a prop. It's not a costume. First costume would be the crow.
Cool.
I used to leave cherry blossoms with my victims after I cracked their necks. Just leave cherry blossoms.
So I'm totally gonna throw it under the bus for a second because Jessica here builds amazing things, but she doesn't ever wear the costumes except for once. So she technically does have a first cosplay. New York. Okay, who has seen Dr. Horrible's sing-along vlog? Anybody? Yes. Okay, so there was one year where I went as Captain Hammer and she went as Penny, except she had a giant pipe sticking out of her chest because she was dead Penny.
Oh my god.
For those of you who are not gasping, it is horrible. So yeah, she technically does have a first cosplay.
I felt
And I'm in so much trouble.
Any other questions for the panel? Any other questions?
Oh, we got
All right.
Have you ever worn a cosplay out like for a normal day or no?
You ever cosplay just for a normal day, just to hang out?
Like if you're going out to the supermarket or just to go meet some friends?
Supermarket, you mean grocery market.
Pieces that kind of double as clothes, I guess, because like I've got a shield jacket that's part of a Hawkeye costume that I wear a lot. Yeah, I've got a Scott Summers from X-Men, like the Xavier School
You're also a
jacket that I wear
cosplayer.
and like things like that, and like I wear my Green Lantern ring sometimes.
Yeah, I've never worn like full out cosplay like super anything, but like I've worn like. No, I mean not but yeah, like I've worn this like scarf in the winter, things like that, like little pieces that can also kind of play like with the outfit. I would agree.
Personally, me, I just don't care. I'll go out. I'll just any excuse I have to wear the costume. I wear the costume. If they're doing a walk at the beach or at Eisenhower Park, I'm going out there. I'm going out there in costume. I'm bringing my Hulk with me. I don't care. I want to just make people happy. I want to if they're gonna laugh at me, good for them because I'm bringing them joy.
I just imagine you with like a red flyer wagon and your Hulk in it, just like walking down the street.
So that's just me because perfect example. Earlier today, I was walking around giving out little key charms and telling people, believe in yourself. The key to being a complete person. If you have that key, you can unlock any door, take you wherever you want to go. It sounds really stupid, corny, and probably immature, but at the same time, if you can have fun being yourself, then you're gonna get farther in life, and that's what I'm gonna say. Because like doing the costuming thing, for the past 10 years. I've been getting, told from family and friends, you gotta stop dressing up, it's time to grow up, and I said to them, no. Well, I turned that into a career and I do social work, and how I got my social work job, I was a coin toss. Because I made costumes, because I am a different perspective, that's what got me the job. That's what got me the intro to the field, and so I'm a different perspective, and it's about having fun. If you can take a hobby and turn that hobby into a way to, inspire others or to make money or to have fun with it.
Follow your dreams.
Follow your dreams. Don't. Everyone's going to tell you, pick a career that's going to bring you money. Well, here's what I'm going to say. Every career will bring you money if you do what you enjoy, because then you're going to do it well and you're going to get paid more.
I love my job. I have a question. All right. Since tomorrow is usually our big day on the cosplay, tomorrow's going to be our 6th annual cosplay for MCon, and it's been getting bigger and bigger every year. Believe it or not, we're having a big competition tomorrow, and I believe you guys are going to be helping judging.
That is correct.
That's correct. Excellent. Have you guys ever joined a competition? Like, have you been in a contest of costuming, of cosplay? And if you have, what recognitions or rewards have you received in your career?
Jessica and I don't compete anymore. We have in the past. More times than not, we're judges now. But in the past, Sauron has taken home trophies. So we best best science fiction.
Okay.
We did a Magneto that won People's Choice once at C2E2. So like things like that. But yeah, we like being on the other side of the table now.
The only contest I did at ACBC last year, they had at the after party, it was like a sexy cosplay contest, so it wasn't very serious, and it wasn't based on really like whose costume was the best. It was kind of just like Poison Ivy won because she was the sexiest. But yeah, it was fun. So
That's no question on that.
Unfortunately, it was worn by Kelly.
Hey, I think
And
I would.
that's what I won,
I would
so-
win that.
yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
I have entered so many cosplay contests, and I hate them with a passion because every time I enter, you know, my Spectre, for example, it's been in 3 cosplay contests, and it's always been one of the runners-up. And
So good luck to her.
But the problem with it is that there's also a bias because it's something obscure and something that people aren't familiar with. And so, because a lot of my cosplays are stuff that people are obscure and not familiar with, I gave up because it's frustrating. You know, I went to, you know, at WinterCon, and you know, it got judged, and everybody said that my costume should have won. You know, and there was a lot of people that said that it should have won. You know, or
So you felt cheated.
well, it should have won a like at least an honorable mention, and you know, because I like to have fun and I do a skit and things like that, and they, you know, the judges even said, you know, that they liked it a lot, and you know, but there was one judge, and I won't name who they were.
Dun, dun, dun.
They weren't familiar with it. They're very famous, and they said it wasn't scary enough, and because they're not familiar with it, they weren't going to judge it, and they flat out said that it wasn't scary enough. And it's not supposed to be something scary. It's supposed to be something that is, you know, true to
the arts.
Of the
Creativity.
arts. And, you know, so that's what you get for thinking outside the box. Well, I can't say I won cosplay contests. I can say, though, that I won photo contests. This costume the keys that I use, I actually have even a tattoo of one of the keys, which is a key to the moon. The guy who makes the keys, he does a photo contest every month. And so when I first did the costume, I used the keys as part of the costume. I sent the photo into him. I want a $100 gift card or a $50 gift card to, you know, so it paid for another key or 2 keys. You know, I've been in PC Magazine because I dressed up as the comedian and made that costume out of a boiler suit and craft foam. I did, I may be in Time Out New York because I was walking around with this in New York City earlier in the week, and a photographer just walks up and he's like, "Can I take a photo with you? Can I take a photo of you walking down to the subway because I'm with Time Out New York and I want something cool." So you know, if it gets published, that'd be awesome. You know, to me, it's about having fun. It's about, you know, it's not about winning. I don't like cosplay contests because, like, this costume actually have a rule where it's not allowed to be in the cosplay contest because it's a representation of myself. That therefore it's not allowed to be in a cosplay contest because it is myself, and I should not be allowing myself to be judged.
Then again.
But to counterpoint, like there is merit to contests as well. Like it promotes a healthy sense of competition. It's a fun way to play and interact. Like I'm not belittling.
Oh, no,
but like there's a lot of fun to be had in contests. You get to see what other people do.
It stretches creativity.
It stretches creativity, pushes you to do better and bigger things. So yeah, I mean, like, yeah, everybody's experience is different. Yeah.
It also makes you become inventive with how you create the costumes.
So she should be known as one of them.
But wait,
Okay.
can I just talk to you?
On that note, I think we have to wrap things up anyway. but I do enjoy that you guys came in to MCon. And don't forget, we're going to be having the huge MCon 6th annual cosplay contest tomorrow. It's going to be at 3 o'clock. And these lovely judges are going to be here, so be nice if you're going to be doing the cosplay contest. So make sure you be there.